Good morning, dear students. I, Vatsal Upadhyay, welcome to all of you on the Pass Thamanu Panchamrit program, which is jointly organized by the HP Kapadia Group of School and GSTV. So, under this program, I will try to enhance your knowledge to overcome the difficulties before the exam. So, under this program, I will also explain about the new pattern of the Gujarat board for the chemistry subject. First of all, you must know about the paper timing. The paper timing is 3 hours and 3 hours divided into 2 parts. 1 hour for the MCQs and left 2 hours for the theoretical. So, in the first hour, you have to complete the MCQs question. There are total 50 MCQs and each MCQ carry 1 marks. So, total 50 marks for the MCQs. In the MCQs, all the chapters are included. Now, for the part B is divided into 3 types of question. First, short answer question. There are total 12 questions and you have to write only 8 questions. So, this is the general option. So, for all the students, this is the good news in this year 2021 to 22. Now, and short answer question, total 8 question is 1 question carry 2 marks. So, 8 into 2, there are total 16 marks. Second, short answer question, there are total 9 question and each question carry 3 marks. You have to write only 6 question and 6 into 3, there are 18 marks of the section B. Now, long answer question, there are total 6 question, you have to write only 4 question, each question carry 4 mark. So, 4 into 4, 16 marks for the section C. So, now in this paper there are total 18 question you have to write and the total marks is 15. Clear? Now, let us talk about the chapter wise weightage in the chemistry subject. There are total 16 chapters in our chemistry subject. All the chapters are important. So, first chapter is solid state, which have 4 mark MCQ and 3 marks for the theory. Chapter 2, solution, 4 marks MCQ and 4 mark for the theory. Chapter 3, electrochemistry, there are 3 MCQs can be asked and 4 marks for the theory. If talk about the chapter number 4, chemical kinetics, which is based on the numerical, and there are 2 MCQ can be asked and 5 marks for the theory. Fifth chapter is surface chemistry, 4 MCQs can be asked and 3 marks for the theory. Sixth chapter, general principle and processes of isolation of elements, which is very easy chapter and there are 2 marks for the MCQs and 2 marks for the theory. Now, chapter number 7, P block elements. You all know about the blocks because in chemistry there are 4 blocks S, P, D and F, and without the blocks chemistry cannot be completed. So, 4 marks for the MCQ and 3 marks for the theory. Chapter number 8, D and F block, 3 marks for the MCQ and 3 marks for the theory. Chapter number 9, coordination compound, most IMP and important chapter for the board exam. 3 marks for the MCQ and 6 marks for the theory. So, it is too much weightage for the 9th chapter. Chapter number 10, haloalkane and haloarine, the organic first chapter, 4 marks for the theory MCQs and 2 marks for the theory. Chapter number 11, alcohol, phenol and ether, 3 marks for the MCQ and 3 marks for the theory. Chapter number 12, aldehyde, ketone and carboxylic acid, marks for the theory. Chapter number 13, amines. 4 marks for the MCQ, 2 marks for the theory. 14 biomolecules, 4 marks for the MCQ and 2 marks for the theory. 15 polymers, 3 marks for the MCQ, 2 marks for the theory. And 16 chapter chemistry in everyday life, 1 marks for the MCQ and 2 marks for the theory. So all we have 16 chapter of the chemistry. But you must know about the which are the very important chapter in the chemistry. So I must tell you that chapter number 1, chapter number 2, chapter number 3 are the most important chapters, and the organic section chapter number 10 to chapter number 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, these 4 chapters are very important to get a good marks in the MCQ section also. So if I am talking about the chapter number 1, solid state, which are the important points for the solid state chapter. So if we talk about the solid state, there are calculate the packing efficiency, FCC, BCC, and if we talk about the defects are the very important topic, like metal excess defect. Then if we talk about the Schottky defect, Frankel defect, Schottky and Frankel defect are the most important topic for the 2 marks question. Now let's talk about the solution chapter, which is almost based on numerical. Solution topics are which can be asked in the board. There are qualitative properties and Raoult law. These are the main 2 topics. From there so many MCQs or so many numerical board can be asked. Now let's talk about the chapter number 3, electrochemistry. Electrochemistry is divided into 2 parts, electrochemical cell and electrolytic cell. Electrochemical cell, there are only a Nernst equation, and electrolytic cell, there is a question related with the cathode and anode, how much gram of copper and how much gram of any metal is deposited on the anode. Clear? We will meet after the break. Welcome after the break. If we talk about the chapter number 3, electrochemistry, which is divided into 2 parts, electrochemical cell and electrolytic cell. 3 MCQs will be asked in the electrochemistry chapter and 4 marks for the theoretical. So you can understand 4 marks, that means a numerical will be asked from this chapter. Now chapter number 4, chemical kinetics, which have order of reaction, first order, second order, Arrhenius equation. These are the important points for the chemical kinetics. Now in chemical kinetics you can see that there are 2 marks only MCQs and 5 marks for the theoretical. So there are 1 or 2 numerical can be asked in the section C from the chemical kinetics chapter. Now if we talk about the chapter number 5, surface chemistry, so for the surface chemistry, adsorption, absorption, catalytic property, electrophoresis, colloids, these are the important topics, and from these all the topics colloids is very important because the colloids portion is very more in the chapters, and the 4 MCQ from this chapter. So you can understand that on the base for the MCQs, the surface chemistry is very important chapter. And then if we talk about the chapter number 6, general principle and process of isolation of elements. The name is very big, but the chapter is very easy. 2 marks for the MCQ and 2 marks for the theory. Which are the important points for the theory? John refining, leaching process, John refining and leaching process for the theory, and if we talk about the flotation method, and if we talk about the metal extraction process, so for this chapter 6 is very easy and the weightage is only 4 marks. Now if we talk about the chapter number 7, P block element, very big chapter in all the 16 chapters. So 4 marks for the MCQ and 3 marks for the theory. To cover up the MCQ in this chapter, you have to read line by line, otherwise you cannot understand this chapter. P block element, completely theoretical chapter. There is no MCQ in P block elements chapter. So you have to work hard on this chapter properly. Chapter number 8, D and F block, same as P block, theoretical chapter, 3 marks MCQ and 3 marks for the theory. Chapter number 9, coordination compound. The total weightage of the chapter number 9 is 9 marks. So you can see that there is a too much weightage for this chapter, 9 chapter, coordination compound, and there are so many important topics in the coordination compound like geometrical isomerism, optical isomerism, hybridization, magnetic property are the topic which can be asked in the 4 marks and 3 marks, and in the 2 marks that can be asked for the question like in the coordination compound, draw the optical isomerism, draw the optical isomers. And now if we talk about the chapter number 10, this is the first organic chapter in 12th science chemistry, haloalkane and haloarine. There is only one group, halogen, 17 group, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine are included elements in the 17 group. 4 marks for the MCQ and 2 marks for the theory. So many conversion can be asked from the chapter number 10. So in the exercise there are 2 more important questions. If we see in the chapter number 10 for the conversion, there are total 20 and 30 conversion which is given in the exercise. So you have to perfectly learn of the conversion point. Chapter number 11, alcohol, phenol and ether. Another organic chapter, there are 3 important group, alcohol, phenol and ether. As you know, alcohol there is OH group, phenol there is a benzene or OH, and ether there is only oxygen group. So in this chapter you have learned about the preparation and properties. 3 marks for the MCQ and 3 marks for the theory. Now chapter number 12, aldehyde, ketone and carboxylic acid. Another 3 organic group, 2 marks for the MCQ and 4 marks for the theoretical. So you have to learn properly this chapter because the weightage for the theory is 4 marks. So 4 marks questions like A to B, B to C conversion you have to solve. So these 3 groups are very important. Then chapter number 13, amine chapter. There is only one group, amine group, NH2, 4 MCQ and 2 marks for the theory. Chapter number 14, biomolecules, which is related to the biology, but as you know there is so much chemistry in this biomolecules chapter. Glucose, fructose, lactose, how can we make, and protein, carboxylic protein and fatty acids. These are the important topics in the biomolecules chapter. 4 marks for the MCQ, 2 marks for the theory. 15 chapter, polymer. Polymer, there are PHBV, nylon 6,6, nylon, dacron, melamine, bakelite are the important polymers. Their preparation can be asked in the board exam for the 2 marks and 4 marks MCQ, 3 marks MCQ can be asked in the polymers. And the last chapter, in the chemistry is chemistry in everyday life. It's talk about the medicines, hormones, and 2 marks for the theory. So any short question like antacids can be asked from this chapter. So as you know, as you see that there are 16 chapter, but there are very few chapter which have the too much weightage, like chapter number 2, total weightage is 4 plus 4, 8 marks. So you have to learn properly this chapter. Another chapter is chapter number 9, 3 plus 6, it's a 9 marks chapter. So it's all about the blueprint. We will continue after this break. So students, welcome you after the break. Now in the last we understood about all the chapters blueprint, how many MCQs asked and how many theory questions can be asked in the board paper. So now let's talk about the part A, which is 50 marks. Each question carries 1 marks and total 50 marks of the part A. So according to part A, there are 6 chapters which are very important for the MCQs. First, solid state. Second, solution. Third, surface chemistry. 4, haloalkane, haloarine. 5th, amine compounds, and 6, biomolecules. These all are the important chapter for the MCQs, because all these chapter have each chapter carries 4 MCQs. Now let's understand about the example how MCQ can be asked in your board exam. So we have the example. First, a substance having crystal structure has Na atom at every corner of a crystal, oxygen atom at the edge, and tungsten W is at the center of a solid. Then substance has molecular formula. So this question is based on the formula of the compound. These are the 4 options: Na2WO3, B Na2WO4, C NaWO3, and D Na3WO3. So how can we solve these MCQs? So first of all, you have to understand what is the element which are used in this question: sodium, tungsten, and oxygen. So if we talk about the sodium is at sodium atom at every corner of the crystal. That means sodium atom is every corner. That means 8 into 1 by 8 means there are 8 corner, and every corner contain 1 by 8 portion. So total is 1 atom. If we talk about the oxygen atom is every edge. So as you know, in the crystal there are 12 edges, and every edge contain 1 by 4 portion. So for the oxygen atom, 12 into 1 by 4, so there is 3 atom in a crystal of oxygen. If we talk about the tungsten is at the corner, so at the corner you know there are 8 corner, and every corner is contained by the 1 by 8 portion. So total is 1 atom. So now you can see that sodium is 1, oxygen is 3, and tungsten is 1. So our formula is Na2WO3. This kind of question can be asked in the MCQs portion. Clear? So our option is A is the right answer. So by this way you can solve the MCQ portion. Now if we talk about the numerical based MCQs, in which there are some important topics like Raoult's law, qualitative property. There are 4 qualitative properties: elevation in boiling point, depression in freezing point, relative lowering vapor pressure, and osmotic pressure. They all have the formula, and by this formula you can complete the MCQs very easily. So if we talk about the symbol for this formula, or if we talk about the Raoult's law, then from the Raoult's law we have the formula are P naught minus P upon P naught is equal to N1 upon N2. Clear? So this is the formula to solve the MCQ related with the Raoult's law topic. Now if we talk about the qualitative property, we have 4 qualitative property: elevation in boiling point, then depression in freezing point, relating lowering vapor pressure and osmotic pressure. Elevation in boiling point, the formula is delta TB. Delta TB. So this is the formula we have for the elevation in boiling point. Now if we talk about the depression in freezing point, the formula is delta TF. There is only change in this formula is B and F. B for boiling point and F for freezing point. Now another topic relating lowering vapor pressure. The symbol is delta B for this relating lowering vapor pressure, and the last one is osmotic pressure. Osmotic pressure formula is pi is equal to WRT upon mv. In this formula you know that W that means weight, R that means gas constant. The values of the gas constant will be given in the board paper. T that means temperature, M that means molar mass, and V that means volume. So by this formula you can easily solve the MCQ and you can get the more marks in the chemistry subject and especially in the part A section. Okay, so for this we have understood that the MCQs portion we can very easily cover up this topic, Raoult law, qualitative properties. So students, today we understood about the part A MCQs, and you get so many shortcut tricks for the MCQs and especially numerical based MCQ topics, and we will continue our discussion about the part B on tomorrow. Thank you.